So you finished off making all the parts and completed all 4 videos. Now what we need to do is start the assembly. So what we do is we come down here and we go to assembly. And at this screen here, we're going to put together our rocket stove. So we come up here to insert and we want to pick one of the parts to build everything out from. Now the most logical one is probably the barrel. So we're going to pop that in there by clicking on it and then clicking on the screen again, then hitting that big tick. So now I've got this barrel here. I'm going to right click on the barrel and I'm going to go down here and hit fix. That means this thing's not going to go wandering off. It's not going to go to strange places. It's going to stay there and become a nice solid base for us to put our parts on. So now we're going to go to insert again. We're going to use the barrel seam. We want to have 2 of them. So I clicked on it twice and I'm going to click them in there. I want to have a closed end. And I want to have the open end as well. Tick. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to fasten mate. Now this is the one that looks like a cylinder, not the one that looks like a circle. So we go to the cylinder one and click on that. And now what we want to do is we come in here and focus in on one of these barrel seams. If I get on this, you see that little pale yellow circle in the middle of the barrel seam, not the one around my mouse cursor. That is the center of that arc there. And I'm able to join that to the center of this one. Like that. And you see how that's married up like that. But we want to have it in this groove here rather than in the center of this. So what we're going to need to do is use the offset tools. So we click on this little checkbox which says offset. And these little bits come up. Now, we have this little green, red, and blue compass is what it's called. And so we can know that we want to move it that way along this blue axis. So I need to add a number to this blue line here, which is a Z one. So I'm going to add 20. And that went the wrong way. So I'm going to put a minus 20. And that went the right way, but a little bit too far. So let's go with minus 15. Minus 16. Minus 17. There we go. Now I got it in there, minus 17. And it's sitting in there nicely in that groove, all the way around there. Now I can hit that tick. And those 2 parts are joined together now. So now I want to, once again, come to fasten mate. I'm going to pick up the back end of this one. So that join is floating in the middle of the back circle of that. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to do the same thing and join it there like that. Now this needs to be offset inside it. We're going to go on the Z axis. We're going to go back 30. We're going to go back negative 30. Just like that. And that's put that there on the end. And so now we have that sitting in there nice and snugly, holding that end thing in. So what we're going to do is just do the same thing to this other end. And that one just worked out. I didn't need to do any offsets on that one. You might need to do the offsets. It's just a matter of luck, I guess. Maybe I clicked the right spot. I'm going to now add this to the barrel end. Oop, that's the wrong way around. I'm going to double click on this. And then I'm going to click this button. And this button here. So these 2 flip it around. And that's going to go into the right spot now. Good. Good. Excellent. So now that's sitting in there just the way we want it. Okay, now we're going to insert the plate. We're going to get the Fasten Mate tool. We're going to come underneath. So where these little white dots are, that means that's the surface we're going to join to. So if I click on that, I know that I'm going to use this bottom edge is going to join onto wherever I click onto. I'm going to zoom down here. I'm going to click on the top edge of this. So that's joined to the top edge of that face there. Now I'm going to need to offset it. It's going to come on the red axis because that's going out that way. That might change on yours. And we're going to make it come out 20. We're going to make it come out 10 maybe? Yeah, 10. So now that's sitting on top of that. We're going to now go back into insert. We're going to put in 3 flues and 1 flue mount. Just separate them out so we can see what's what. And now we're going to fasten the flue mount. I've selected the center of the flue mount and I'm going to put it in the center of that hole there. And I'm going to now offset it and sink it in by 20. Just like that. So the flue mount sits down in there a little bit, and then what we do is we weld around that flue mount. So we're just going to now do fasten. We're going to get the middle of that bottom circle there. And add it there like that. I'm going to need to offset that one because it's gone a bit deep. We need to probably go up. No, we need to go -20. Probably a little bit more. -30. There we go. There's a little bit of weirdness there where the two things are trying to fit into each other. That doesn't really matter. That's just because we didn't crimp this the way that it's meant to be crimped in real life, because that's far too difficult to do on this program. Now we're just going to do the same thing until we have our chimney in place. So now we have our rocket stove with the chimney attached.